down. How I like to work with plays with children is I could go by plays. I could do the atypical things that have been done 1,000 times before, but I would rather teach them. I would rather teach them the process of how a play comes to be. So we broke out the costumes. They picked out their favorite costumes, or they brought one from home. And their first assignment was to write some information down about their, yes, I will, about their character. They had to develop that character. And once we went through several exercises of where they would stand to present to each other what their character was, then I took those characters and wrote a play for them. And we have been working on that. They have, the name of our play is Utopia, and they even made maps of Utopia. And they have worked hard, and they're wonderful kids, and they're scared to death, aren't you? Yes. Stop it. You never let them see you sweat. You just smile and smile. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave, right?
I just pretend I'm not there.
Let's get the seats set up and take your spots. Take your places, please. That's your bush, yes. Come here, get behind your bush. Get back here. Yes, I'll get your script. Come here. Over here. Drag me.
Do you record it for Merc?
Need to record it for posterity.
For holding it on before Daddy.
Utopia was a magical land where many strange creatures lived that stretched for many miles, filled with beautiful trees, forests, and creatures of all sorts. The only way to see this wondrous world was through a looking glass. Let us take a magical and mystical journey into this mythical land. In scene 1, we see the fair lady in waiting to the queen, Lily, who has found that there is a threat to her queen. It is a dragon that goes by the name of Dragonmire. Don't fear. Don't fear. No, you did a minute ago. Don't fear, my queen. Remember. You got it. Don't fear, my queen. You want to read it off here? Here. Say it real loud, just like you did a few minutes ago. Lily then begins on her journey and begins to tell her story. Each child developed their own character, and this is where they inserted their parts about their character. My character's name is Lily. She can be hit by arrows 20 times and not get hurt. She is a lady in waiting to the queen. She risks herself for others. She loves sweets and her mom and papa, of whom she lost in a storm at sea when she was 3. And she was adopted by Prince James. That was Lily's character. All right, as they go on, she comes across Belle. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Belle.
And who are you? Tell us about yourself, Belle.
Well, I want to do a snake out and dragon.
Is that right? Belle, why don't you join me and help me slay the dragon? All right, let's go see if we can find one. So they walk walking around and they're looking for the dragons. They're looking for the dragons. Behind a bush there lies Dragon Learn. This is where we learn to never judge a book by its cover. All right, Dragon Learn. Come here. See, it's a beautiful day and the sun is shining. Everyone thinks dragons are mean, but not I.
Everyone thinks dragons are mean, but I'm not. But
Lily and Belle hear a noise in the forest and yell out, "It is I, Lily."
It's an I, Lily.
And you're Belle. We have come to slay you, dragon. Show yourself.
Show yourself.
That's right. Dragon Learn trembles with fear. Shake, Dragon Learn. Oh, goodness. And she knows it. She cannot convince Lily that she is good. All is lost. She slowly begins to speak and tells Lily all about herself as she slowly comes out of the bushes. When you're a good dragon.
I'm a good dragon.
Lily says, "Well, I never heard of a good dragon. Will you return to the castle with me? I'll explain everything to my queen, and you can live in safety with us." Oh, goodness. All right, here we go. Let's go to the queen. Let's find the queen. You come right here, Dragon Learn. I'm going to try to stay out of the way. All right, where's my ruckus? Inside the castle is the fairy queen, Gabriella. Let's hear her story.
My name is Gabriella. I'm a queen, but I'm also a fairy. My parents are fairies too. I just don't know it. They don't know I'm a fairy either. One day, an evil fairy came and took my parents. That's when I found out they were fairies. They were fairies too. I had to go after them, so I went to go get my parents back. And on my way there, I met this fairy. She said that she knew the way to his evil lair, so she came with me. When we got there, we had to find a way in. We got in, but when we got in, my parents were tied up. So we had to wait until the fairy left to go get something. When he did leave, we went to untie my parents, but he got back too soon. My parents got away, but me and the other fairy got left behind. We had to think of a way to get untied. We got untied, but the evil fairy knew. He went after us with his sword. We escaped, but I saw that he had cut my arm. And he said that he would get me if it was the last thing he did. So I returned to the castle safely and said thank you to the fairy, and yeah, that's my story.
That's about it. Ruckus again, please.
Lily, what is this about? I thought you were going to slay the dragon.
My queen, please hear my new dragon friend's story. She is not a bad dragon. She is a good dragon, and she doesn't even like to hurt people. She likes butterflies and such.
Okay, then after all that I've seen, you may live with us safe from those who would harm me.
Everyone cheers. Come on, come this way. As the looking glass spins, we see some new characters of this beautiful land. We find ourselves standing upon great ships. And we see Rebecca, who's about to head out to sea, shares us and her story with us.
My name is Rebecca. I am a pirate. I live on a ship in the ocean. My home is where the ship goes. Sometimes the Pacific Ocean, sometimes the Atlantic Ocean. We travel across the water 100 miles a day. I'm a robber and steal from other ships. I look for buried treasure. I have a sword and a parrot.
Arr.
I'm a pirate.
In the distance, we see a great willow tree, and in its branches, we find Tilly the fairy. Tilly sees Rebecca the pirate and flies down to meet her.
Hi, my name is Chloe the Fairy. Who are you?
I'm Rebecca the Pirate and in search of great fairy treasure. Do you think you could help me? I want the fairies to have all their magic energy, and in return I ask for a gift of flight. Sound fair?
Well, I don't know. How do I know I can trust you?
You flew onto my ship. I didn't seek you out, did I?
Well, I guess you're right. I will help you.
And now, this is where Tilly tells us the rest of how the journey ends.
A very long time ago, there was a group of pirates, and I was helping them find the fairy treasure. After I gave them the treasure, they started swinging their swords at me, and then I knew it was a trick. They didn't want to be my friends, they just wanted the treasure. I got away and saw that one of them had cut my wing. I come back a week later and saw the ship had crashed. I moved into it, and now I look for the long-lost fairy treasure.
Next we find Trixie the Magic Storm in a lush field of grass and flowers.
Hi, my full name is Trixie Magic Storm. I was born July 8, 2002. I'm a Cuddy. My parents were actors, but I didn't want to be famous. And Dad took me and put me on the street. I was all alone until a stray cat came and gave me food and left. Next, the pirate came and tamed me.
Good girl. As we gaze through the looking glass once more, we see two more lands that couldn't be more different. Dog World and Catland. Let's see how these worlds really are.
Hi, my name is Gray Moon. The reason why I'm called Gray Moon is because when I was a kitten, then I was gray. Then as I got older, then I became black. So now some people call me Black Moon. I come from a land called Catland. I have a power, so when I am in the dark, then I blend in. I love to play. I love to take a nap in the sun. I love unicorns. I love everything. The only thing I do not like is dogs.
Next we see what is in Dogland and Falcor has to say.
My character is named Falcor. Wait, should I just say so people can't know my character's name? My name is Falcor, and I am a hound dog. I live in Hogwarts, past the colors of the earth, but in a shape like a bone. All the houses are dog houses, and there are fair hydrant cars. My house is a tall tan house with a red roof and chimney. I have a blue food and water bowl with my name written in white. I have a shiny phone beside it. On my porch I have a princess ball that's my favorite toy. On each side of my
Speak loudly.
porch I have shrubs. One shaped like a bone and one shaped like a ball. My special ability is on my really fast thing. And I have super sniffing powers. When I grow up, I want to be a fairy because I want to fly. My hobbies are keeping rolling in the grass and keep flying. I am very famous that can send a picture of Falcor Wolford.
Very good. And over here we have a dragonfly named Sam, who wears a cowboy hat, and with the help of Belle, he chases squirrels. Don't you? And Miss Belle, go tell them about yourself. Miss Belle, tell them about yourself, about the elephant. What's the name of your elephant?
I want in a truck and ride the trunk.
girl. There was to be a great party in the land of Utopia. It was the celebration of spring. All the miraculous creatures of the land put aside their differences each year at this time to watch the flowers and trees of the field come to life.
Creatures of Utopia. It is the upping of spring, and it's the time that we put all of our differences aside and celebrate. Let the party begin.
Yay! We brought you flowers, my queen.
I
From
And-
Big Spring Field.
Let's take a bow. Very good.